All right, recording audio. I think we're good.
Is it good? Is it on?
I sure hope so. Wait, you know what? I don't see it. Yep, it's on. See, he was looking for this for so long. Now you have one.
Take one. Maybe we get lucky. Wouldn't it be amazing though? We probably have this now, and then we don't need it. Like we'll get no interruptions, and the whole video will go through fine. And then, but we bought that instead.
Well, I've had that. That's for my drinking page.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, Zach Valerio. He's with Fairway Mortgage. Badass loan officer.
Some days. Vince Davis, Conway Realty.
Conway Real Estate.
Conway Real Estate. I almost said the Conway, which makes no sense whatsoever. We've only done 30 of these, and I still don't know the title.
We've known each other for years.
Guys, the Conway Real Estate. I don't know what I'm even saying. So it's been a long couple of weeks.
So we have some very hard-hitting, close-to-home information to share with you. We have had some deals go astray. And so what we want to do now is we want to talk to you about what you do and what you don't do while you're in escrow, or at least during the mortgage process.
And this is something that we've actually talked about in other videos. Mm-hmm. It's something I talk to people in the very initial, even just like a credit pull, like before you even know they're going to out looking for houses.
We talk about it during our buyer's consult, and we talk about it after you open escrow. We shoot out emails.
Yeah, when you get your disclosures, I touch on it again. Depending on the client, I might even do it an additional time based on some of the stuff we know about them. But it's just things to do and not do with your credit, or they could affect your credit during the process because...
Or even your bank account.
Yeah, I mean, just stuff. So one of the things that I do is I send out this nifty little flyer. Little shout out to my girl Morgan, who's actually in the room next door, but she's part of our marketing team. But I actually have people sign this and send it back to me.
Oh, that's smart.
And it's just helpful do's and don'ts when applying for a mortgage.
And I shoot out an email with an older version of that.
Yeah. So just to kind of maybe clarify and maybe do a little bit of explanation as to what this is about. So certain programs, certain loans require certain credit scores. So one that just comes to top of my mind is anything that has to do with down payment assistance. So you're looking at a 640 or higher. And this isn't like, oh, well, I have a 639. Well, that's close. We'll just do the down payment assistance. Like, it doesn't work that way. It has to be a minimum of 640.
We're dealing with the federal government, you guys. It's not up to him. It's not up to the underwriters.
Right.
It's a hard stop.
In other loans, maybe like an FHA loan or conventional, they're a little bit more loose. If there's not an actual number, but there's some numbers you can't go below. Here at Fairway, we do FHA loans 600 above. It's what we call an overlay. So yes, technically you can do an FHA loan down to 580, but we have to do an exception. There has to be a ton of paperwork in the file. It has to be very, very clean to get it through. And we're in the middle of something right now where someone had a score originally.
And now they don't.
Now they don't have that score, and we're 3 days away from close. So it's hard because you never want
it's not going to close on time.
Yeah, you never want to tell people bad news. Not to mention you have an additional layer of it being Christmas time and the holidays, and stress is already at an all-time high.
Oh, and these poor people that we're talking about in particular, they have to move out of the house they're in.
Right.
So not only did they damage their credit, but they don't have a place to go. Well, I think I have a solution for them, but yeah, no, it's a bigger mess than they thought it would be. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're going to shoot this, or that's why we're shooting this.
Yeah, and I like to keep do's, and what's really interesting about do's and don'ts for this is that people will look you in the eye and say, well, this is common sense stuff. And then they still will sometimes manage to go do it anyway. Like, it does sound like real easy stuff.
Well, and for us, I mean, it's a no-brainer for us, you guys. And this is why we're doing this. We want to clarify some of this.
Yeah, and I try to keep it to, I do a lot of things where I could call them rules, like rules of twos. I need 2 months bank statements, 2 months pay stubs. Even though that's not the requirement, I just like doing things in easy numbers to remember. So I always do 5 do's and 5 don'ts. And I really want to focus on the don'ts, because do's, in my opinion, are a little bit simpler. Just keep paying your bills on time. Don't have any lates. Pay your bills on time. That's pretty much it. Like there's some other.
You can buy groceries. Don't starve to death.
Right.
But beyond that.
Yeah. Don't buy furniture before you move into the house. Like there's going to be time to do those things, and it's such an exciting event, and it should be, and it's an awesome experience to buy a home. But let's close on the home first, and then figure out how you can start spending money. Don't spend money in the middle of it. So this one is important because this is kind of what is affecting us right now, and that is don't go looking for new debt. By that I mean don't apply for credit cards. Let's just wait until after. And the best way to describe it is those inquiries are going to hurt. So even if you're just looking for credit cards, just wait, please. Yeah. Like just don't do it now.
And don't think you're going to get away with something. The hard credit pull is good for what, 120 days.
Yeah, right? we do the pulls, but things will come up.
There's going to be a soft pull right before closing.
Yeah, and things will come up.
So if you think you're being clever, chances are they're going to find out about it.
Yeah, and one of the more frustrating parts is when people will be like, "Oh, I just didn't think you'd find out."
We had a deal like that last year.
Yeah, I'd rather you tell me up front, and then I actually even like the questions too, where some people are like, "Zach, I have $46 on my deposit in my checking account. Is that okay?" Yes, you can deposit, but I like people who are more like that. Like,
oh yeah, always check with him. Don't get a gift. Don't get in a car accident and accept money from the person who doesn't want their insurance claim. I don't care if you're getting married and you're having wedding gifts come in. Okay, don't do anything with green dollars or
until you talk to me, because
francs or euros or whatever you spend in Mexico.
It, but I just want to make sure you're depositing it the right
first.
way. So please don't open any new lines of credit. That's a huge one. I made a joke a long time to someone, please don't go buy a boat.
Or a car unless you want to live in it.
And he went and bought jet skis. And he said, well, you told me not to buy a boat.
Don't even finance carrots.
Please don't finance anything. So no new cars, no new toys, no new anything. Let's just wait until the loan's closed.
Use the money from your car accident to pay for the carrots.
Yeah, it's really important that you're not out adding new debts to your situation, because we're going to have to take those into account. Credit scores are important, but debt to income ratios are just as important. So if any point you go over that, now we have a problem, and it's like, okay, well, you can either take that boat back, pay off the boat, pay off credit cards. We have to figure out ways, and I just would rather you not do that.
And don't max out the credit cards you've got either, right? Yeah, you can buy groceries. Everybody spends $300 at Costco. You can't walk through the door over there without a huge bill.
I just go and eat samples. I don't buy anything.
So you do.
Just walk around.
You can be well fed at Costco. But if you have anything, let's just call it $200. If you're going to spend money that's going to be $200 or more, talk to your loan officer. Make sure it's okay. I had a deal one time where the guy's clutch went out on his car. He spent $750, and it was a problem. And it was a problem for him because he needed his car. We get that. But if you communicate,
then we can figure out a plan. I think Vince and I have worked together long enough that I like coming up with solutions. That's my favorite part about this job. And I can come up with some stuff. But I need to know the information up front so that we can figure out the best course of action, rather than, I'd rather know and put together a plan than you call me and then we have to try to fix something.
Right.
Because fixing is fine, but let's avoid fixing anything.
Or even worse, you don't want these guys to find out on the soft credit pull or their follow-up work that you did something that you thought they weren't going to find out about. Right. Because chances are they're going to find out about it.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're going through right now. So please don't open any new lines of credit. Don't go buy anything large. If anything is happening at your job as far as I got a raise or I'm moving positions, let me know that too in advance, because we'd rather be proactive and look at that up front than be a surprise down the road.
And don't get into multi-level marketing. Don't start selling Avon.
Yeah, just because here's kind of like the
whole. Just keep the job that you have.
Yeah, I guess the way to summarize it would just be like, look, it's a 28-day process. Just don't do anything that's outside of your day-to-day norm. That's really it. I mean, just please don't do it, because we're going to close and then you can go do what you want to do. But let's get through these 28 days or 25 days or however fast we can close it. And then even then, I still have people that call even after and say, hey, I was looking at consolidating my, credit card. Is that something that you would do? I'm not a financial advisor, but I think it's cool. They still call. Like, yeah, that's something.
Well, we're here after closing, and you can do what you want after closing.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do anything while you're in escrow without checking first.
Yeah, that's really. I mean, and we'll make maybe a copy of this and put it on Facebook so people can kind of look at it. It's really easy. Just 5 things. Like, do these 5 things when you're in the process. Don't do these 5 things, and then most importantly, don't judge me on this black and white photo that looks like a glamour shot from the late 90s.
Yeah, so don't change your credit position. Don't co-sign on a loan for somebody, right? I don't care if your mother calls you or your kids call you or the ex you're pining to hear from, or
let me just get through this process.
God himself calls you from heaven and says, I need you to co-sign for a loan. What your answer is going to be is, sorry, God, I can't help you right now. Call me the day after closing. I got you then, bro.
Yeah. I'm signing and funding on the 13th. Talk to me on the 15th.
There you go.
Which is the next Monday. So that's it.
If you guys have any questions whatsoever,
this is a good one. This is really important. This is a good one.
So, questions, comments below. Call us if you're looking to buy a home. We'll have these conversations up front. We'll give you the guidelines. They're not, like he said, just stay stable while you're in escrow. Don't spend a lot of money. Don't change your credit score any. Mm-hmm. Don't apply for stuff. Don't take a credit card you already have and get a cash advance on it. Don't think that you're going to put your down payment money off of a credit card. You can't buy a house with a credit card. Don't spend your down payment money on anything other than your house.
That's it. Just don't spend any money.
We've had that. Money. Okay. So that's it.
That's it.
That's our message for today. Thank you for watching. Please give us feedback. Zach Valerio, he's with Fairway Mortgage.
Fairway Mortgage, Vince Davis, Conway Real Estate.
There we go.
Conway Real Estate, I got it.
Thank you for watching, you guys. We'll post this too on both of our professional pages, and we'll give you a link. And
well, I don't know if my page is professional, but
on our unprofessional pages,
it gets, I guess. Yeah.
On our pages. Hopefully, you know by now that we're not like uptight, but we're good at what we do. So, thanks for watching.
Very good.
Bye.